your man Valentine, aka Valengrind. You are tuned into another episode, RS Radio. We're doing it big for the new year. DJ JRonin, the All Elements General. We got the sensational Latina actress, poet, rapper, singer, superstar. She's in the building. We're happy to have her. La Bruja. We are about to get it in. We got my man Sweater. What's the name of your clothing?
Gorilla Pimp NYC. Catch me on MySpace.
Lady G's in the building. Celebrity Top 10 News. And we are out. This is RS Radio. Let's go. Very happy. We got a big guest in the building today, and I'm really happy to have this guest. I've been trying to get her up here, but she's all over the world every time I try, but I'm very happy to have her here. We got a Latin poet, activist, singer, rapper. I mean, she does it all, man. She's a shining star. La Bruja's in the building. What's good, La Bruja?
What's up, mi gente?
I'm happy to have you here, and we got my man Sweater is in the building. What's good, Sweater?
Chilling, my dude. Chilling. You already know what it is.
Sweater is also a poet, right?
Yeah.
He's a poet. He's an actor, right?
I do a little bit of everything. You know what I mean?
Okay. You diversify portfolio.
No doubt.
I ain't mad at you.
My big thing though now, for real, what I do is I make clothing. You know what I mean?
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do. I got my own line. It's called Gorilla Pimp NYC.
All right.
I'm an advocate for the great apes. You know, gorillas, chimpanzees, orangutans, bonobos. We do it all. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're gonna give it a quick. So, Bruja, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to come up to the show.
It's my pleasure to be here. You know, represent.
Yeah, it's an honor to have you here, man. Not only your friend, like me and Bruja are good friends now, know for a couple of years. We work together in events and stuff like that. But I'm also a fan. Like I follow her career. I remember seeing her maybe like 4 or 5 years ago on well, I seen her earlier than that on the Def Poetry Jam.
Yeah,
that was like 9 years ago.
No, that was the second season of Def Poetry.
And I was like, well, what were you in? So it's about 7 years.
Yeah.
When did you start? You know, when you said I want to pursue this as a career? I'm sure it's the same story with everybody. They do it as a hobby. What year? When did you say I'm going in? This is what I want to do?
Oh man, well you know. Poetry has always been part of my life, you know, since I was very little. That's something that's been in my family, that my great-grandmother was a poet, and she taught me how to recite. She couldn't read or write, but she taught me how to recite.
Okay.
And this was like when I was little. She died when I was 10.
Okay.
And at 10, I started writing my own poetry. But, you know, it was something that I did for love, right? You know, that's your passion. And, you know, in high school, wrote poems, did, you know, little theater, Shakespeare, whatever. Didn't think much of it.
Yeah.
Went to Binghamton University, did some acting, you know, didn't think much of it. It was fun, you know. And then I came back to New York City, started grinding, working at Bloomingdale's, and just like working in the office, was a secretary. You
had to pay the bills.
Yeah, pay the bill. And then, you know, I was not happy doing that shit, you know. And I remember...
No curse.
Sorry. So taking the train was a very, like, instrumental part of me finding the poet voice again, because it was taking that train. Like, I would get out of Bloomingdale's and go on 59th Street, you know, 59th Street train down the 6th train, going uptown, go to Soundview, and I would start writing. And just the movement of the train, it would just give me these ideas, and it like was just flowing. So I was filling journals, and my best friend's brother, Jermaine Dubois. I have to give him a shout. Giselle, my best friend, you know, it's a PS100.
Shout out to PS100.
My kids go to PS100, so shout out. You know, my family, all my family went there. We got a hallway named after us. No, but so you know, so then I was on the train, and I started hearing, you know, this voice in Spanish, and I started writing this Spanish poem, and it was about Puerto Rico, and I felt like it was my great-grandmother giving me this poem.
That's crazy.
So I would go Friday nights to Jermaine's house. We would all get together. We call ourselves the L Squad, and we would read poetry to each other. And then that's really like where, you know, I started using the name.
Yeah, around about a year.
Oh man, this was like 95, 96.
Okay. All right.
Right? So then he was like, yo, there's this place, the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. You know, you're a New Eurekan, you gotta go there. I was like, New Eurekan Poets Cafe? I was like, all right, you know, right? I didn't think nothing of it, you know. I was like, okay, cool. I'll take my poems there. I went and I saw the crowd. Babito was hosting at the time. It was called All That. And, you know, they had a band. They had the whole thing. And my heart was pumping. That's when Mums was still going there doing the open mics. Suhair was still going there. Like all these big cats that are big now, you know? And so I wrote my name on this thing and got called up. And I did the poem that I had written that I heard in Spanish on the train.
From Puerto Rico.
I call Ahora y Siempre.
The one that featured on HBO?
No, that one,
Okay,
I
that one
wrote
is
that
crazy
later.
too.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
real sweet because, you know, it's always about family. You
Yeah.
know, like my main inspiration comes from that, from the women in my family, my great grandmother, my grandmother. So a lot of that stuff, you know, even in the acting that I do, I like to, you know, act like and personify my elders. You know, that's something that is dear to my heart.
Yeah.
God bless my both abuelitas que las tengo right now. You know, they're still with me, and you know, I'm grateful for that. But Jermaine, yeah, you know, Jermaine took me to the New Yorican, and it was April 3rd, 1996.
Woo!
And it was
Star was
a
born.
lunar eclipse that
And a
night.
star was born.
And I got a standing ovation, and then I was like, oh.
This is what I want to
I
do.
was like,
You gotta find
I was
yourself.
like, you people are here? I was like, that's.
You gotta find yourself.
I found my
I
people.
want to ask because for people who don't know, because I just found out about you through Valentine, so I started following you too, and I'm intrigued by your work. I also heard from you, Papo Swiggy, Capicu. So he so shout out to Papo
Shout
Swiggy.
out.
So he told me a lot about you too. Now, how did you get the name La Bruja?
I mean, I am a bruja. You know, to do all the things that I do, you have to be a bruja. You have to be able to tap into all the magic of creation that you have, the goodness. My brujeria is about education and enlightenment.
Mm-hmm.
My real name is Caridad de la Luz. That means charity of the light. So I'm Caridad, la bruja de la luz, charity, the witch of the light. My parents got married on Halloween. So I feel like, you know, I got to keep forever.
That's great.
I followed you.
Yes, and you know, I'm a spiritual person. I'm not religious, but I am spiritual, and you know, I believe that there's, you know, spirits with us that walk with us all the time, and we all have a witch or a wizard within us. It's just that we've been taught to weaken that power because people are afraid. You know, we're in a society, we're in a world that's very much in control by religion, and you know, I have issues with that.
All right. Now, what was your first breakthrough? Because you've been in movies, you've been in.
Yeah,
what was your first thing on the big?
Bamboozled was my first silver screen
Wow,
thing. Spike Lee, I was
Bamboozled.
able to, you know, improvise my lines. It wasn't a long part, but it was
It's-
enough to get me
yeah.
a Screen Actors Guild. You know what I'm saying? So did that. I did a lot of work with Spike. After doing, you know, a lot of poetry events, my friend Felix Rodriguez, who did a documentary of my life, La Bruja, a witch from the Bronx. So, you know, he had filmed me at Joe's Pub when the Pinheiro movie had come out.
Okay, yeah.
Benjamin Brad was,
Yeah.
Benjamin,
With Benjamin Brad, yeah.
Benjamin Brad. He played Pinheiro, and
That was a
I did
crazy
some
movie.
poetry for that event,
Yeah.
and we filmed it, and I submitted. When I saw that poetry, I was like, wait a minute. This is all me right
Yeah.
here. I need to get on this show.
You marked that.
And you know, I sent in my tape, and what they really liked was Lola. They wanted me to do Lola about the crackhead. And at the time, it had, you know, it was right after 9/11. It wasn't that, you know, long after that, and I had written WTC October, like
Yeah.
a month after it had happened, and I was like, wait a minute, I want to use this platform to say something a lot stronger
Yeah.
than you know, some Puerto Rican crackhead,
Yeah.
you know, like, which is all good, but you know, I wanted to use that
Yeah,
platform
your
for something
political
bigger, right?
voice.
They were like, no, you won't do that. You will do Lola. That's why we got you here. If you do another poem, then you're not gonna make the cut. So that's why if you watch the whole episode, you see me do Lola first, and then I sneak it into WTC so they couldn't edit it out, and I got to please them, and I got to please me.
I want you to take us out with WTC
Okay.
and with let's do WTC and get it in like you did on Def Comedy. Let's go. Def Poetry. Let's go. You got here. Hold on. I want everybody in Stickam to pay attention. All right.
Three letters. WTC. World Trade Center. What's the cause? Work to change. Wish to connect. Want to cry. Watch them climb. Watch towers crash. Wishes turn cloudy. Whisper to Christ. Watch the children. Wish time could wash this clean. Witness the corruption. War that conquers. W targets countries. White torn cloth. Wrists turn cold. Worthless to cooperate. Watching them corroborate. Wounds to clean. Working to counterbalance. Winding the clock. Wife tries cooking, washing the clothing, working the corner, writing to chords, while wishing the children, wanting to create worlds to cradle, want to cover, wrong to cry, work towards charity. Wisdom takes crossroads, and warriors think consciously, waiting to contact. Witches turned Counselors, WTC.
Woo! Damn!
Alright.
Crazy.
Alright.